Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are back with another exciting episode of Europa Universalis 4. Almost stumbled there. Great Britain did completely stumble there. So where we last left off, we got the tip of India. Look at us go. And so I was sitting here before recording, just in the trade view, just taking a look at how the world's looking, and trying to figure out what's going to be the best trade strategy. So obviously, we want as much money as we can to wind up in England, specifically London. But we do have places in the world, namely the Ivory Coast, where I believe, while we may not be exercising the most trade power here, in fact, we don't have a lot, that's okay. We're going to be able to boost this up quite easily with a bit of a stronger fleet, because right now we just have frigates, and they're worth 5. So that's pretty much where most of our trade power is coming from here. If we take a look, give me that. So we can see that only 36% of the trade power is staying, and we've only got a minuscule 8% of that, despite the fact that, you know, we're got a trade company there. Now, trade company doesn't boost trade power as far as I know, and that's fine. It boosts production. So what we're going to need to do is make this section of Africa a trade haven, which means lots of trade buildings and a slightly bigger fleet. Now, what that's going to do is just boost our trade power, and since we're collecting here, we're just going to get more of that pie, which is what we want. We don't really care. Whoops, let's go back to this view. And we can see nobody's pushing it west. Nobody's pushing it up here, as I would expect Spain and Portugal to do. It's all going up into Songhai here. All right, so we got Kanem Bornu and Songhai going up and into Tunis via Timbuktu, which we can't even see, but it's there. So what we need to do is do some African exploring, I believe, so we can find Songhai and then embargo them. Because one thing that I didn't realize about England, if we go take a look at our ideas here, we get a boost to embargo. And that's pretty awesome. So our embargoing is going to be far more effective than most other European nations. And I want to take advantage of that. What I also want to take advantage of is this little section of the Spice Islands. England needs a chunk, and we can see Portugal's already snagging pieces of Australia, and in fact, this yellow up here, that's not Muscovy, that's Japan, or that's not even Japan, that's Spain in northern Japan. So we're going to need to get a British port here in the Spice Islands so we can compete with these dastardly Spanish and Portuguese, and so that's going to be our next colonial effort. We've got to integrate these Indian provinces. I'm already getting cores put in place on them, so that'll help out our, where is that view? Our overextension, which is a whopping 92%. Now, I'm not that concerned about it. I'm going to leave one 20-stack army, well, 2 20-stack armies in India. The Army of India is going to stay in India, and I'm going to rename the Army of Africa to the Army of, I don't know, Java or something, and get them going over here so we can continue with our expansion in the east. Meanwhile, on the western front, British Mexico is blobbing up something fierce, which I am appreciative of. However, Portugal has taken the last little bits of the Aztecs, which I'm, you know, not really appreciative of. Those make for some ugly borders. And we're actually going along fairly nice with New Spain up along here. And we can see that California is a Netherlands colonial nation. And Newfoundland is split in twain. That happened last time. And the 5 colonies, granted, I've put them in a tough position because they can't expand into the Iroquois because the Iroquois are our friends. So that's a bit of a pain for them. But such is life, really. Such is life. So, yeah. I guess that's really going to be the next little bit, is just sort of consolidation in Africa and India, a little bit of expansion out east, a little bit more expansion out west, and to be quite honest, we probably need to pay attention to some of the buildings in Britain as well. So let's see, what do we got? Naval arsenals and arsenals. We can definitely do to plop some of those guys down, because that'll be helpful, as well as things like war colleges and marches and fine arts academies and all those handy helpful things. Manufactories as well. All right, so we got plenty to do. Let's get this show on the road. We're set to speed 3, and yeah, that's going to be pretty much the plan. What we're going to need to do is work out... Look at all those nationalists. Silly, silly people. I guess we could pass the Mining Act, couldn't we? Yeah, sure, let's pass that. And now, let's see. Achieve religious unity, establish Great Britain in the Spice Islands, or get into China. We are going to go into the Spice Islands. That sounds like a much better idea than declaring war on the Chinese. For now, anyway, we're going to need to get a good springing off point if we want to get involved in China, but really, I don't know if we do. I'd be much more comfortable just getting involved in India, to be honest. We don't need to go super crazy. Just crazy enough. Alright, I'm going to guess this is the Army of Ireland. And it is. You guys can get on your transport ships and head on home to Meath. Now, you should be able to make that there in one sailing, I would imagine. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's be safe, and we'll stop off in the Gold Coast first. Now, while we're paused, let's get ourselves up. Some basic buildings, we can get rid of those. And let's see here. Along the coast, we're going to get docks, because those are going to be helpful. And have we got some markets up? We'll get some markets up, and we'll get a trade depot going in the location as well. And where the heck are my 3 colonists? Tunja, Coweta, and Michigan. All right. So let's find those colonies. Okay, good. Michigan just started, and Tunja is there as well. All right. So hopefully this finishes up quickly. Fish, and that's important there. Cocoa, and I don't know if we know what's going on in Michigan yet. Certainly won't be cars. That'll come later. Victoria 2, maybe. And as time ticks on in EU4, that is something that I'm kind of thinking about. I've been checking on the forums and things. There isn't really a Victoria 2 or an EU4 to Victoria 2 converter, I don't believe. And I'm not much of a modder, so I'm not really sure how to go about... come on, let me merge these guys as... Why didn't you stay as the Army of India? There we go. Set. Right? Good. Army of Java. There we go. And which... 111... 021. So I'm guessing the good general is with the Army of Ireland heading back home. That's okay. That's fine. So as this slow integration process ticks by, you can see some of these are going to take a while. Some of these aren't going to take that long. Well, they all look about 1682. So we've got a couple of years of integration to go on. And actually, can I even... That could prove to be difficult. I'm going to need that Indian fleet to get back relatively quickly, because I have a feeling we're going to be getting a few angry natives in India rising up and saying, hey, we don't particularly want to be ruled by you. That's just something they're going to have to get used to. Darn it. What else can we do? There's really not much else in the new world. So let's see. We've got almost 5 grand. Granted, we're not making much per turn at the moment. Probably from this ridiculous thing. So what we need to do is get our manpower up first and foremost. So this means military buildings. Supply limit, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for... We should have all those barracks. So let's get some regimental camps up. I'm assuming, now I don't know for sure, but I'm just assuming that this boosts your manpower limit as well. But again, that's not something I'm 100% sure on. So if you guys are knowing of that, let's see, we need a barracks up there, okay. And let's get some more regimental camps built around. In fact, all in the homeland here, basically. That's got everybody covered? Good. We don't really need to worry about trade depots at the moment. Can we get some more shipyards or docks? We can get some more docks. There we go. The reason for the docks, it's not to increase trade power, it's to increase our abilities to build ships. So it's just kind of a little bit of a bonus. That we also get the trade power. Not that we need it in England. We can see 15. Well, the Netherlands there, they're doing a fairly decent job of pulling a little bit of trade out of England. But, you know, whatevs. Whatevs. It's not like we can really get that on lockdown. So, I'm not that concerned. And I guess, yeah, we will be in the process of replacing losses as well. So that's going to have something to do with it too. And actually, let me check our technologies. And yeah, we're still a ways away from getting the heavy frigate. But we do have 2-deckers, so that might be a good thing to build for the Royal Navy. We'll try and get 6 of those suckers in. 1, 2, oh, come on. 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. We'll get those guys sorted. And while we're waiting for things to build and time to tick by, let's just inspect the world in, 1679. So Sweden has managed to keep a hold of Novgorod for quite a long time. It is a Swedish core. They're Protestant. They're still Russian, so Sweden hasn't bothered to convert them. But this is what's preventing Muscovy from becoming Russia. This one little province there. So I would imagine at some point in the next 100 years or so, Muscovy and Sweden are going to come to blows. I don't know that for sure, but that's just what I imagine. So we can see we've discovered Wake Island and Gilbert Islands. So there is some expansion possibilities still in the far east, I guess, or the Western Pacific, depending on your point of view. Term is up for the governor of British Mexico. Let's see. British Mexico. Liberty Desire is at 18%. How's our prestige? We can afford to take the hit. Oh, they've only got 3. So Portugal's going to be looking to get those 2 provinces, I would imagine, to complete their colony there, although they seem to be okay just keeping little bits under their direct control instead of giving it up to other regions. And one thing I'm not sure how the AI manages to pull this off, but Dutch Brazil is right next to Mabacau there, and yet it's still owned by the Netherlands. Anytime I try to do that, the provinces instantly join the colonial nation. So I'm not sure how they're pulling that off. Must be some AI magic. Ooh, and one thing I did want to look into here. Why are you at war with French Canada again, Newfoundland? I mean, I'm appreciative of you retaking your lands, but I don't know if that's going to be able to, well, what I was going to do was support rebels there, but with Newfoundland trying to take it back, I don't know if I actually need to do that. And I don't think there's any other land that they've conquered, so there you have it. I'd also like it if they could come along and take those two from French Canada, but I'm not sure if they will. It's probably just going to be taking this, which they obviously have a core on and is English Catholic. Much like the rest of Newfoundland, correct? Well, maybe Newfoundland's Protestant now. I'm not really sure what's going on with the religions in my colonies. It's kind of a mess. We got furs in Michigan, that's good. I'm not sure if that's going to go to Newfoundland or if it's going to start its own, maybe British Louisiana. But we'll find out. It's impressive how big Newfoundland's become. I'll give them that. How's our building doing? We've got our ships almost done here. So let's send them into London. And of course, check out the model for the 2-decker ships, which are quite lovely looking. I'm excited to get 3-deckers. Come on. Come on. You can do it, Wessex. You can finish this boat. I have faith in you guys. Yay! We will tax it. There we go. Merge those guys together, and the Royal Navy is starting to look a little better. Look a little bigger, look a little stronger. Looking a little more modern. What have we got here? We've got frigates. Okay, so those aren't too outdated. I would imagine some of our fleets out in the New World, however, could do with some serious upgrading. Namely this. The Chesapeake Trade Fleet, a whopping... was it 9 very old caravels could do to become 9 frigates. The governor of the 5 colonies is dead. We will go with a diplomatic ruler. So come on, guys. Get your act together. I gotta say, the little gaps in territory, a little bit annoying. Revolt in Malabar, we won't have any issues with that. And I just want to check on my little colonial war here. So it certainly looks like Newfoundland has a bigger army, but the French, they're doing a good job of laying siege to Newfie provinces. Didn't he just die? Obviously not. 363. Whew, time for a new one. Cuba, you've been rolling with the same governor for a while. You don't need it. What do we got? Oh, that's still 2,000 Tunisians are still stuck in Nicaragua. Likely never to return home, poor guys. And yeah, we're still working on the integration. We should be done that in about a year, which will be good. We can take those guys now. and send them up to Malabar. Oh, why? Whatever. I'm not gonna... It's not critical that it takes the quickest route to Malabar right now, but geez, that is annoying. So that's the Zanzibar trade node. Let's take a look at that. So we've got 3 trade power, and we can see that already enough trade is getting pushed out that, for the moment anyway, getting involved in Zanzibar here isn't critical. However, taking a chunk out of Kilwa here, ooh, with gold. Gold and ivory. That is a very tempting colony. We can see Spain already getting involved in the Gulf of Aden. No doubt encouraging the trade here. Well, they're not really doing much to the trade here. They don't even have any trade power there. So that's interesting. Perhaps even a war with Yemen for their spices, their fish, and their fish. That might have to happen. We'll see. I'm not too sure if we're collecting in India whether we're going to need anything downstream from it, and I don't think we will. And let's check on this. Yeah, Spain and Portugal are still... Oh, yeah. I'm not surprised they entered a military coalition against us. But... let's just see here. Who else is in that coalition? I don't know how to check other coalition members. But, oh dear. We're hemorrhaging money a bit. Let's check our finances. I suppose we don't need such a beefy army of Ireland. And it looks like those military buildings didn't actually help bring up my force limit, which is what I need to see. So do any of these actually affect force limit? Fort level, supply limit. So how does one get a larger force limit? I suppose with land, the more land you've got, or well, the more cores you've got. So as these become cores of Britain, that should boost our force power up, I would imagine. I have nothing to back that up. Just my thoughts. And that's all that is. But that should be coming along October of this year. We'll have those as cores. Another native uprising in Michigan, that's fine. And as the powers expand, obviously, we're gonna have to start, you know, getting involved in more European politics. I think Britain's getting strong enough now that we can start throwing our weight around a bit more in the world. Some thought that our decision to favor quantity over quality was foolish, that it would lead to a decline in leadership, or even make our army a bit of a joke. But they were wrong. Our new larger army has unlocked the talents of our military minds, leading to even better levels of organization. Nice. The term is up for Governor Jacob de Clifford. Should we trust him with another term as Governor of Newfoundland, or should we pick somebody else? Well, if we keep him, Liberty Desire goes down, so we'll keep him. It's interesting. Sometimes keeping the guy lowers your military or your Liberty Desire. Sometimes it raises it. It seems like it's kind of random. Okay. Has refused to join our noble war. Refused to join. So, because of our superior strength and unmatched leadership, we've assumed the war leadership in the war against Portugal and Portuguese Mexico. From now on, we will handle all negotiations. So it looks like the Portuguese have said, hey, Mexico, you're going to be ours. But it also looks like they're not quite prepared to fight this war. Unfortunately, neither are we. We've got a military here who's going to have to take a long walk down into British Mexico. Guy Button will take the lead. He'll be able to make it there. It will take him a while. But now, now we are at war with the Portuguese. So let's see where we can sort of get involved. Oh my, yes. We can get involved in their little northern Indian possessions there. And of course, we can get involved in the Pacific as well. So this might be a good way to expand our reach if we play this smartly. Which, hey, it's me, so we're totally going to wind up playing it smartly. Let's see, what do they want? They want British Mexican conquest of Nicaragua. Oh, so this is British Mexico saying, hey there, Portugal. We want your land. Terribly sorry for the nose blowing. Okay. So then obviously the Portuguese Mexico was like, hey, Portugal, you better come in on this. And then British Mexico was like, hey, Commonwealth, come join. And that's what we did. All right. So first things first then, let's go and start up another tour on the other side of the world. Right? Yeah, because if we can get that chunk of northern India, yeah, I'm liking the looks of that. We can even run roughshod in South Africa if we get really adventurous here. Can we walk to any Portuguese? Yeah, we could walk into Sierra Leone. My concern about this is that there's probably going to be a heck of a lot of Portuguese armies there, and our African military isn't really up to snuff. Hopefully the Portuguese can't drag Spain into the war. Let's see if they're allied. They are. So who knows, maybe Castile will wind up joining, which it's then frustrating that Bohemia was like, hey, we're not going to get involved. Thanks, Bohemia. Well, I guess they've got no reason to go to war with Spain. Austria, why would you do this? Why would you set me as a rival? This is something I don't understand. Okay, well, whatever. Let's get started on this madness. Hello, Portugal. Alright, looks like they've got no military presence here, which is nice. Yeah, that's going to be a very long march. I do apologize, but we can certainly use your assistance. Is there any... Yeah, there's really no other militaries. We've got... I guess we could take this fleet and put it to some use. There. Yeah. Oh, wait. I know what we can do to get some money here. We can raise war taxes. That's a good idea. Alright. Have we landed in Cathawar yet? Battle of Fox. Good. Hey, we're going to get some good exploration of the interior of the continent with that long march to Mexico. So that's fun and exciting. Oh, let's just pause here. We've lost King George. He's let slip this mortar coil. We've got an heir, Frederick, who looks like crap. Great. And we've got Maximilian I Lancaster, who's running the show. He's 57 years old, so it won't be long before the boy wonder Frederick decides to come in. Yay. We can't really afford that. Alright, we got that set. So let's detach a siege and just continue marching through. We'll pause that. We'll detach a siege and just keep marching. And then it looks like an alliance from here. So we'll go there. And then we'll go to our new ally. Where are you at? Ooh, they're actually a fairly large player in the Holy Roman Empire. So how about alliance actions? A call to arms. Really? So you're like, hey, Great Britain, how about an alliance? Sure, we're at war with Portugal right now. Oh, well, we're not getting involved in that. Thanks. Alright, so our fleet is going to be taking some attrition here. Not much, though. Not much. So hopefully we can gain... okay, Battle of the Gold Coast. Oh, hello! Yes. So, you're not... Yeah, you're not the only one with the idea of taking some colonies. I hope you make it down there quickly. I really need to get a fleet going in the North Americas. Although what we could do here... Well, the Royal Navy's not really big enough. Unfortunately, our big, massive war fleet is all the way over in Asia. And that makes this a little frustrating. Yeah. And I doubt I'll get any sort of landing access from Spain. Although, are these... No, they're Berber, but they're Catholic. So, covert actions, we can't support rebellions there. Can we support rebellions in any of their colonies? No. Come on, there's got to be some place that the Portuguese own that we can start going crazy in. There really isn't. They haven't done much actual conquering. Maybe down here in Mali? No, there's really nothing we can do supporting rebel-wise. That's frustrating. You're still marching? Good. Battle of Missouri. You're actually not going to be able to walk through new Spanish territory, I don't believe. So what we might need to do is go like that. And I don't know how far west they've gone, so I might have to babysit that army just a little bit. Local nobles are not satisfied with their granted privileges. I don't need to deal with a revolt right now, although 4 units is really nothing. So we should be able to handle that very easily with the Royal Army. Okay, wonderful. So we've gained that as a colony, which is super duper wonderful. No, they're only producing fish. Now, while we're at war with Portugal, it might not be such a great idea to start expanding our realm. So I'm just going to hold on to that colonist for now. Although I guess I could probably use him up north here. To sort of continue to expand Newfoundland out. Well, yeah, maybe we'll do that. Although we don't really have a way of stopping any of those revolts. So maybe we won't. Yeah, I don't think we will. We'll leave it for now. We've gained a core in Malabar, Cochin, Madura, Venad, and Ceylon. So let's go and check our military. Yeah, so we're going to be spending a heck of a lot less per month on military upkeep, and really we only need one more chunk of territory to get us into the clear for the military size that we're supporting at the moment. Do they have any actual colonies? Or are all these, like, Portuguese land? Oh, that's not even Portugal. But I don't think... Oh! So we could run over there and just grab that colony if we wanted to. I think taking the actual set Portuguese Indian lands is best, and there's really not much we can do about our African territory at the moment. So we're just going to have to hope that our war score in the other areas of the world make it so that we don't need to worry about what's going on in Africa, which is a shame. And we're going to have to definitely boost our African military, and hopefully nothing comes into Madagascar. That's really my big concern. What I might need to do is drop... Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop some money on forts in Madagascar. We're going to need to keep this as sort of a strong bastion of British strength. A good starting off point to... Yay! Oh, well, yeah, I knew that. But still, it's worth getting excited about. What we can do now is start... How long is that going to take? 9 months? Yeah, we're going to start the religious conversion of this area. No, we don't have the missionary to send. I'd like to cancel that one then, and send him there. Well, we're at war. We got no way to hop over to Ceylon, so we'll just keep it like that. New governor in British Columbia, we are going to give you a military candidate. Yes, that boosted the Liberty Desire ever so slightly, but that's okay. How many have you got there? So can we can't get mercenaries, but we probably can get a couple of infantry up quickly and then down into there to start sieging. We are in control because the French have decided to jump in on this war. Wonderful. That's not what I wanted at all. So I guess that also means we're at war with Brittany. Yes, we are. So what war is this for? Let's check that. Canadian conquest of Algonquin, including France, Brittany, French Canada, and Lorraine against the Commonwealth. And Trier. Trier joined in! Excellent! Excellent, excellent, excellent. You will be much assistance against the French. Now, how many transports have we got there? We've got 15. And Trier, unfortunately, doesn't have a port. So we've got really no way to land them across. Nor do we have really the fleet to do any fighting, unfortunately. Again, poor decision having our main fleet out in India. But it is what it is. So here's hoping. First off, the second army makes it all the way down there. And here's hoping the French don't get too heavily involved in Newfoundland. Although if they've jumped in, they're probably going to want to. Alright, well, I'm hoping that these forts will assist with our war score against Portugal. And at the moment, let's see, we're going to need about 5 transports. We can probably get those whipped up fairly quickly. I'm just concerned about getting them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just concerned about getting them actually to... Yeah, because those are a lot of ships. How's this fight going? Not well, because I imagine Brittany's got some heavy ships involved there. Nope, it's all light ships. But the French are certainly adding numbers to it. Let's see, where are you headed? You're headed into Munster, eh? So what we can do once those ships... Actually, I wonder, can we just quickly run them? Oh, that is not what I wanted. We've got the numbers, but we do not have the morale. Ah, crap. Craptastic indeed. There goes that trade fleet. I was hoping to get them over to the Royal Navy, but no such luck there. Okay, so it looks like the French are actually getting themselves involved quite nicely in Trier, which I believe is part of the Holy Roman Empire. Let me just check that. So if they take any land there, that should get the Austrians, or is it Bohemia? It should get Bohemia indirectly involved, I would imagine. But because they're jerks, who don't like helping their allies out, no doubt my own fault for not actually keeping diplomacy up. Yes, wonderful, you're able to siege that, and we're still waiting for some of these to fall. Which is frustrating. How are the ships looking? They're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. What I'm gonna do... Oh, I can't. I was gonna put a leader, an admiral in there, but hey. Okay, so we've got that colony done. Perfect. We're slowly picking away more parts of Portuguese colonial possessions. I'd like to see you guys getting involved a bit more. British Mexico, after all, this is your war. What are you doing? There's no way through. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, well then, back to Newfoundland. Actually, we might as well investigate that chunk of land. Damn this game in permanent terra incognita. It's not fun. We're still positive war scores though. We're at war with two different colonial superpowers here, and we're able to keep positive war score with each of them. Let's see who's blockading. Yeah. Yay! Okay, so that is quite the French fleet that's sitting there. Let's get started on some more two-deckers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've got 9 heavy ships right now. We've only got 6. So another 5 should help us out. But they've also got, unfortunately, 18 light ships involved in that blockade as well. Which is not good. Okay, we can take this guy and move him over there. Battle of Omaha. Alright. Siege of Ouagadougou. Battle of Dakota. That's fine. Defender of the Faith. We don't care about that. Casualties. Ooh, we can invest in new technology. What can we get? We can get the Constitution. So, once we are done being at war, I am going to adopt the constitutional monarchy. Because this is Britain, after all, and that's what they do. Let's see what we can get with another idea. Obviously, our military ideas are looking like they need the most attention. And forced march is pretty handy, but increased attrition for enemies is good, including lower attrition for us, better reinforcement speed, fort defense, land maintenance modifier, leader siege, morale of armies, and yearly army tradition. We are going to go with the defensive idea. Defensive in quantity. That's how England's going to roll. Alright. Wida. Yep. Portuguese certainly are taking a swath of territory. You can merge those guys together and send them down south, though. Hey, Portugal, pay attention down here. Stuff's going on. Battle over Chippewa, that's good. We now have Guy Button and his 2nd Army. Back in the colonies. back in Salou. We are going to head east. We've got our eyes on that French-Canadian army there, led by Henri de Beausseau. Good, we've converted heretics already. That is absolutely wonderful. We will go with them next. I'm guessing that's taking a bit more time because they're probably more populated. Let's merge those guys together. Keep that siege going, gentlemen. Yes, so needless to say, the 1600s are quickly becoming a lesson in massive empire management. Man, the Portuguese have a lot of men there. They really wanted to take that. Which makes sense. It's, you know, one of my wealthiest areas. All them ivory trade nodes. And how are the forts doing here? They're done. Let's get some more down. Get some level forts going there. And again, I'm going to make Ceylon sort of the last line of defense. So, Lower Sind, excellent. Our nation is currently undergoing a substantial development in architecture, and numerous monumental buildings, architectural wonders, in fact, and other constructs such as aqueducts and schools are being erected. Support it. How much is that going to cost us? 319. That is a bit of a investment. Thankfully, we're making money, so we can afford it. Excellent. So we got the last place. Let's get some missionaries going over there. Excellent. Perfect. We got that set. And we should be able to get rid of that Portuguese fleet with ease. So let's go ahead. Pick up the army of Java, attach them to our transports. And we are going to send them... Is that still... Yes, it is. We're going to send them over there. And snag that colony. So... that is a very long distance to sail. Perhaps instead, I'll head down south here to South Africa and see if I can start knocking off some of the Portuguese possessions down there. That is mine. That's Portuguese Mexico. Cuba's involved. That's good. They're helping their colonial friends out. We can actually move that guy in. Teach those French a lesson. And yeah, let's take this guy. I really want that colony in Australia. The problem is it's just so far away. Yeah, I think we're going to get involved in South Africa here. So let's take the army of Java, send them to Port Ivory, and then from there we can jump across and start marching up through. Granted, they've got a very large 45,000 troops in the Ivory Coast colonies, or the Gold Coast colonies, so that is a bit of a bitch to have to deal with. But I have a feeling that's going to be most of their military production there. Yeah, you still got... That damn fleet just keeps getting bigger. So what we could do, actually, build ships. We could slap some more two-deckers around here. Get 5 more on the go in the west. Still making money. And this video is turning into a very long video. That is for true. And now a big ship comes. They're going to be getting their transports on the go. Battle of Algonquin. That should be a fairly easy win for us. Oh, come on, unpause. And it is. Where are they headed to? Wherever they're going, we shall follow. Okay, so France and Trier signed a white peace. That is a little bit concerning. There we go. We'll head there because we know that's where they're going. Yes, that is very worrying. Has that army made it down to Port Ivory yet? Almost there. I'm curious what these guys are up to. I would imagine we're going to see a Portuguese fleet somewhere over here at some time. Let's see. Oh, nope, that looks like it's just a trade fleet. Alright, that ship, or that fleet's ready to go. Attach to your transports and head that way into Natal. And hopefully our 46 heavy ships are a strong enough escort in case we run into a Portuguese fleet. Let's go to Natal. And that'll do us. Let's just make sure that no Portuguese fleets are showing up here. They might be, but I hope not. I hope they're focusing on slightly more important things. And let's... Alright, well, I could continue fighting this war like a madman for sure. Or these wars, because it is technically 2 of them. But what I'm going to do is... Oh, we're already laying siege there, so let's just go... Well, no, we'll leave that. We'll leave everything the way it is, and we will come back to this war, these wars, in the next episode. So, thumbs up if you have enjoyed this. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.